YouTubers, this is Nurse Jay at Nursing the Truth, and me and my buddy God Thoth here is to bring you more truth and knowledge today. And I hope each and every one of you guys that visit my website learn a lot of things, and I want to bring a lot of truth to this channel. So please like, share, and subscribe, and keep following me along, and we're going to get on our wonderful journey of truth, of enlightenment, and hopefully spread all this knowledge to the rest of the world. Now, today I'm going to continue talking about the deception. Now, what does that mean? That means the deception of the Holy Roman Empire, as you would call it, which it's not, or your Holy See. So I'm going to give you some quotes from some of these early church fathers, as you can say. And you make up your mind on what you're reading in your book. Is that the truth, or is that the deception? Because, as the good book says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge, quoted in Hosea. So let's get started. Now, as you know, Justin Martyr, there was a book that was written called The Dialogue with Trypho. And in chapter 8, this is what it says. Do all things which have been written in the law, and then perhaps you shall obtain mercy from God, but Christ, if he has indeed been born and exists anywhere, is unknown and does not even know himself, and has no power until Elias come to anoint him and make him manifest to all. And you, having accepted a groundless report, invent a Christ for yourselves, and for his sake are inconsiderately perishing. Wow. If that is not a hard hitter. Let's talk about Lucian of Samosata. In his book called The Death of Peregrine, Peregrine, 169 CE. It states, you see these misguided creatures with the general convictions that they are immortal for all time, which explains the contempt of death and voluntary self-devotion, which are so common among them. And then it was impressed upon them by their original lawgiver that they are all brothers from the moment that they are converted, and they deny the gods of Greece and worshiped the crucified sage and live after his laws. All this they take without evidence, with the result that they despise all worldly goods alike, regarding them merely as common property. Wow. Lucian knew that this was a forgery. They took this without evidence. This is what you call blind faith. Taking something as a doctrine and you have no proof in the pudding. No pun intended. Now, I'm going to give you some Eusebius of Caesarea, the wonderful church historian that was there seated at the right hand of our God Constantine at the Council of Nicaea 325. He was the bishop, and he was the one that put and recorded the church history. He says, "Why cast yourself over a cliff, deciding in your writings about things of which you were ignorant? Why do you not keep to what you have received from the fathers and doctors of the church? You introduce novelties." He then says, "It is an act of virtue to deceive and lie, when by such means the interest of the church might be promoted." Praise God, I love lying churches. I love lying churches. Here he goes again. "It will sometimes be necessary to use falsehood for the benefit of those who need such a mode of treatment." Oh, that sounds like brainwashing, MK Ultra people. "Come into my church, and I will sell you the abominations." And this is going to be a circus, where you come in and you come into the church, and the harlot is sitting on the dragon with her cup of blood, drinking the abominations of the church. And every Sunday you sit and you listen to the same bullshit doctrine with no evidence, blind faith, listening to the mere novelties of men. And internally you die from the lack of spiritual nourishment. And each day and each week that goes by, you are dwindling like a dead plant with no water. We receive no spiritual rain to our souls. Oh, you're gonna love this, my dear truth seekers. He says again, Eusebius, "I myself have read the writings and teachings of the heretics, polluting my soul for a while with their abominable notions. Though deriving this benefit, I was able to refute them for myself and loathe them even more." You see, heretics in that time is called your Gnostics, your Gnosticism, your different thinking from the orthodox play along bullshit ride. So Eusebius is saying he's taken these writings and he's putting a twist on them, and he's regurgitating them back to you with a twist. Oh, Eusebius, dare not say no more. The truth hurts and it stings. Oh, death, where is thy sting? And death, where is thy victory? The religion of Jesus Christ is neither new nor strange. Jesus, were you in India? Were you Buddha? Were you Krishna? Were you Ra? Oh, pagan one. Oh, this is another one. Another one bites the dust, I say. This is under him, and he quotes, whether it be from the Gnostics or himself. Let us band together to invent all the miracles and resurrection appearances which we never saw, and let us carry the sham even to death. Why not die for nothing? Why dislike torture and whipping inflicted for no good reason? Let us go out to all nations and overthrow their institution and denounce their gods. And even if we don't convince anybody, at least we'll have the satisfaction of drawing down on ourselves the punishment for our own deceit. Here it is, what I just read to you. I'm not making this up. When you're sitting in front of your TVs and you're getting brainwashed and the music's playing and all the little mystery shows and crime scenes you're trying to figure out, you should be doing your own research into your own crimes of humanity. And you will find that we are in an illusionary state, and people must wake up from this bullshit lie. Living on one last note. Okay, so we've been told by the church that Peter was crucified upside down because he couldn't be crucified as his Lord. And then Paul, whatever happened to him, whether he was beheaded or crucified. And James, the brother of John, was beheaded. Well, this is what Eusebius says. On some occasions, the bodies of the martyrs who had been devoured by wild beasts, upon the beasts being strangled, we found alive in their stomachs. How absurd is that? How absurd is the lies going to go down the rabbit hole? So you think about it. Which way do you want to go? You want to go to truth? And you want to go to the way of knowledge and wisdom? Thoth is calling everybody to come to truth and go back to the Egyptian spiritual ways of the universe and get your soul right with righteousness and truth. Purge yourself of the negativity of man and come back to the true universal consciousness of the mind of God, the creator of all, the force that is within us. So as Thoth and I go out on this note, when you search for the truth and you find the truth, let the truth set you free. Hotep, Ashe, and have a good evening.